Ladies and gentlemen, this is a round table. As we open this discussion on the Indian silver industry, I would like to start by inviting our sessions chair on the stage. Please put your hands up for Mr. Surendra Mehta from IBJA. We have Mr. Rajesh Rokde from GJC, Mr. Chirag Thakkar, Amrapali, Gujarat, Mr. Neville Irani from Ausho Enterprises Private Limited, the Managing Director of Aureus, a technology-driven leader in the global precious metals and commodities market and a deep expertise in commodity trading and ethical sourcing. Mr. Neville has led Aureus's mission to build a more transparent, inclusive and sustainable ecosystem for gold, silver and other commodities. I would like to invite Mr. Neville Irani to please join us on the stage, a strong advocate for innovation and diversity across markets, partnerships, and industry practices. A big welcome to you, sir. From ICICI Bank, I would like to request Mr. Vikas Nagpal. With his deep expertise in treasury, including forex and derivatives, he is well-versed in front office products, systems, processes, and sales. And presently, he heads treasury sales across domestic and international markets. With Mr. Nagpal up, it's time for me to next invite another gentleman who is one of the most visible faces of precious metals, not only at the conferences here, but globally. Everyone knows Mr. Mohammad Ayyob of SAM Precious Metals. The general manager of a leading gold and silver refinery headquartered in Dubai. He has extensive experience in business planning, negotiations, operations management, and sales. And under his leadership, SAM Precious has advanced its capabilities in precious metal minting and refining. Moving on, from MCX, I would like to invite Madam Pooja Lad. Inviting next from Hindustan Zinc Limited, the Deputy Chief Marketing Officer, the Deputy CMO of Hindustan Zinc, Mr. Ankur Maroo. He plays a key role in driving market strategy and market development across the company's metals portfolio. Also with us in the house from Hindustan Platinum, Mr. Gautam Choksi, the Executive Director at Hindustan Platinum, a leading global player in precious metals and platinum group solutions. With extensive industry experience, he drives strategic growth, innovation, and market expansion across industrial, chemical, and jewelry applications. Also, we have with us from JP Morgan Chase Bank, Mr. Raman Walia, an experienced commodities professional serving as Executive Director and Head of Commodity Sales for the APAC region of JP Morgan Chase, specializing in client advisory, risk management solutions, and structure products and metals. Over to Mr. Surendra Mehta.
Thank you. Now, this discussion is with regard to the Indian silver industry. What happened in 2025 and what is likely to happen in 2026. It is not a silver price outlook, but it is basically the ecosystem of silver where the industry is heading. I have some great panelists with me, and I think the entire ecosystem of the silver industry is covered. And I would like to start with Mr. Maroo. Mr. Maroo is from Hindustan Zinc, and Hindustan Zinc produces almost 50 tons of silver every month. So it is about 600 tons of silver, which is almost 10% of the India's requirement. Every year you produce. So when you produce the silver, most of the time we have seen the silver prices are at discount in the Indian market. What is the mechanism? How are you able to control the market, generate profit out of this? And how do you see this market going, whether this market will continue to go in discount or you feel that sometime premium is likely to come?
I will give this answer to your question by giving an analogy which we have seen over the years. Maybe 15, not even 15, 30, 40 years when the computers came, people told maybe few hundreds of computers are enough for the world. When Hindustan Zinc was there 25 years back, we said we have reserves enough for 25 years. And today also we are saying that after 25 years, the reserves are enough for 25 years. So the idea is when you ask about discount and premium, see, market is going to be in premium. We have seen our previous panelists also, the market is in deficit, and till 2030, as per the metal focus, it is going to be in deficit. So I believe market will come into premium very soon. The only point, the reason for discount is the volatility. I believe people should focus more on the ways to protect their margins by hedging, and definitely they will be able to earn more money in this.
थैंक यू। और जब बात डिस्काउंट की आती है तो चिराग भाई 50% ऑफ दी जो सिल्वर इंपोर्ट होता है वो अगस्त और नवंबर के बीच में होता है, तो आप बाकी के दिनों में क्या करते हैं?
ट्राई करते हैं गोल्ड बेच ले थोड़ा। I know this is historical. I don't know, but my experience for last 18 years into this market, my personal experience, that always it has been between August and December. So there are, जहाँ तक मेरे को लगता है, there are 2-3 factors to it. तो अगर बारिश अच्छी हुई है तो the major silver demand which goes to the village side, जहाँ से actual वो रूपा की जो डिमांड आती है चांदी की, तो आती है वहाँ से कि जब फार्मर्स का जब खेत निकलता है और जहाँ पे जो पैसा आता है, तो गोल्ड इतना महंगा हो गया है तो बोले अब क्या लेंगे। तो आई थिंक दैट इज अ वेरी हिस्टोरिकल ट्रेंड विच आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड. दैट इज फर्स्ट फैक्टर. सेकेंड इज गिफ्टिंग सीजन which starts during those time. Those are the two reasons which I see, and at the same time we have a more price movement when a COMEX contract is of 3 months, which is a December contract which ends in November. तो जो 3 महीने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होता है तब गोल्ड और सिल्वर में दोनों में प्राइस की मूवमेंट ज़्यादा होती है. सो दिस आर द 3 फैक्टर्स विच आई पर्सनली सी कि क्यों आता है ये बिटवीन दिस पीरियड में इतना डिमांड क्यों आता है.
तो ये कोई सीजनल होने की वजह से आता है कि नवंबर में दिवाली होती है या ऐसा कुछ होता है?
तो फेस्टिव सीजन तो है ही, दैट इज वन ऑफ द फैक्टर ऑब्वियसली. सो फेस्टिव सीजन, यू हैव ऑस्पिशियस डेज, यू हैव ऑस्पिशियस टाइम टू बाय, एंड सेलिब्रेशन के टाइम है तो गिफ्टिंग सीजन भी वही होता है हमारे देश में. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इज द लास्ट टाइम जब गिफ्टिंग सीजन शुरू होता है. टू यू आस्क टू एनी ज्वेलर ऑल्सो, दे विल बी हैविंग देयर मोर सेल्स ऑन द लास्ट 2 quarters of the financial year.
ओके. सो 6 महीना आप गोल्ड बेचते हैं, 6 महीना सिल्वर बेचते हैं.
ट्राई तो वही.
Mohammad, this is for you. UAE has developed the great ecosystem for silver. And so what are the key demand drivers for silver, and what are the key products in demand in respect of silver?
Mehta bhai, thank you very much for the question, and thank you very much for the invite and for being on this panel. I decided before I am on the panel, I decided to deliver first a message, because I don't want it to be like a common panel as in a question and answer and numbers. I believe the experience here is amazing, and the audience, they're very much familiar with the silver and silver demand. We've seen a few presentations for metals focus, some numbers which are great and gives you a heads up with the great indications. When you raise the point about the UAE, I feel that I have an obligation and responsibility to talk a little bit about some circumstances which we just recently went through, and all the world know it, which is the unfortunate situation that is happening right now. But what made me speak about this today is that when I landed yesterday and talking to a few colleagues, I figured out that there is a little bit of some misconcept that was happening, as in, Ayyob, how is the situation in Dubai? Are you back to work? Banking systems, a few other scenarios which I really made me talk about it, because I feel I have the responsibility of talking about this. I believe we're all proud of being in an area like UAE, and we are very proud of the air defense systems that that the UAE has deployed and able to make all of us safe. I wanted to assure to all of you that we've been living in a very normal life. We've been reporting to work. We have been operation 24 hours. We never took a serious contingency plans. Yes, we were thinking, but we never suffered of anything. Banking systems were up and running. Transportation system, food, everything was pretty much normal. So I really have to salute this country for making us safe, everybody who lives on that land safe. And I wanted to ensure to everybody that we are in full operations, fully operational like normal life. Now the airlines are back almost to normal, as 100% normal. So when you mention the UAE, it moves me a little bit emotional because just to tell you how much this country did for us. Now back again to silver, yes, the last couple of years was excellent, extraordinary for us. We got a couple of occasions where we realized that, all right, I think we are becoming also a great hub of silver. What we've seen recently is that there is a huge increase in demand on silver in the Middle East itself, especially GCC. I would tell you that the recent capacity of the refinery used to be a little bit for silver, but more for gold. But recently, or few months ago, the refinery capacity, 85% of it was targeted to silver, 15% to gold. This is how much was the silver demand, especially in our region. How it will continue, will it go up or down? I believe Chirag gave us great indications. But we believe now any movement of silver, Dubai, UAE, will play a major role into supply into this region. So increasingly, it will be a great demand. Now, another question that we need to ask ourselves, probably maybe in a future panels. I was hoping that somebody speak about it this time, which is those days that we're living in with the war thing, with the seeing some blockage here, blockage there, some discrepancy in supply chain. Should this also have an impact on precious metals in the future? There should be any contingency plans for these type of metals in the futures? Should this metal be involved into more manufacturings other than what we are commonly knowing right now? I believe everybody now is targeting to look at the defense systems. Will this increase more? And how will the silver play a major role in that? So probably these are questions that requires maybe further discussion. But because you said about this panel is going to be like a very hot subjects, I believe we need to throw in some subjects to discuss for the future also.
Thank you. Neville, so you have been supplying silver, lot of silver in the Middle East region, and in last 2 years, lot of silver has gone there. So how is the ecosystem of silver, and how is the silver flowing from UAE to Middle East region, and what are they doing? Whether it is for the investment purpose or for what purpose?
We saw a sudden spike, which was about 3 years ago. And we did what generally the UAE does, is that we didn't just address that demand, we created more capacity. So silver, especially the plumbing or the supply chain is a little different to gold. It's not as nimble as that. It's not like a button you can switch on, switch off. So now that capacity has been created, we can not only address any market where the demand is. And that's the beauty about being in the UAE. So wherever we see the demand, because we have the capacity, we are being able to address that capacity. So till now, that was very monopolized in maybe just 1 or 2 markets. But clearly, because of the additional capacity that companies like SAM has done, so that's now enabled us, so we can go out, whether it is in the Middle East, whether it is in India, whether it is in Southeast Asia, we can go and start asking, do you have a demand? Because why? Because we have the capacity of meeting that demand.
So whether this in the Middle East, a lot of silver is flowing, are they converting this into jewelry or what is it?
So it's mixed use. So it's not only, so jewelry was always there. It's not only jewelry, it's products as well. But that's always been there. But the spike clearly has not been in, so it's not that people have now suddenly started wearing more silver jewelry. So where is the silver going? It is very clearly being used as a hedge against currencies, okay, or it's being used as a hedge against geopolitical risk. So it's not only in the Middle East, it's everywhere.
So it is not only gold, but silver also is being now used
Yes.
to hedge against the
Yes.
currency. Gautam, by coming back to you, see, silver does not have the silver metal loan like gold has a gold metal loan. And with the prices of silver rising, will industry be able to absorb so much of rising prices? So what do you think? What this industry should do? What policy changes are required for this?
Yeah, so if you break it down, saying, industrial demand by and large is quite sticky. So it doesn't change with, overnight. If the prices are going up, demand is not going to go down. It will take some time to adjust. The long run, there could be thrifting, but it's not an immediate effect, like what we could see in something like investments. At least, one problem got solved for inverted duty structure to some extent, with the import duty of silver going down to 6.4%. So that got solved. And I said to some extent because still, silver paste, which the government is pushing a big push for the solar industry, right? Silver pastes are still being imported without any duty in India, whereas, silver attracts a duty. So it doesn't give a level playing field for any manufacturer that wants to manufacture silver paste in India. So that's certainly one policy that the government can look at. As Raman added, with cost of metal doubling or tripling in rupee terms, certainly manufacturers' working capital requirements have gone up substantially, right, to the same extent. So having a product like a silver metal loan, like it's there for jewelry, it's funny, but the government just puts, the gold loan also is only for jewelry manufacturers. Nothing to do with industry, right? Whereas the requirement is similar, if not more. So, that's something that can be looked at. Certainly silver loan and even gold to that extent, not only for jewelry. Anybody who has a genuine requirement should be able to avail a working capital facility.
But Gautam bhai, आपको क्या लगता है ये silver के prices जैसे बढ़ रहे हैं, the way silver prices are rising, will electric vehicles still keep making batteries with silver, and will solar panels still use silver? तो price कितना ज़्यादा हो जाएगा?
Supply is also there. So I'm just saying nothing's going to happen overnight. And even EVs, I'm saying overall, I think the demand that was forecasted that, by 2030 or 2040 that, there won't be any ICE engines anymore. I don't think that's happening.
Are the industry finding any alternate to silver?
I don't think so. It's a good thing for all of us. But.
So it clearly means that a lot of policy changes are required, and some policy changes came by way of RBI notification sometimes back that they would be lending money against the silver coin and silver jewelry. But that circular was finally withdrawn. So Vikas ji, ऐसा क्यों?
So I think against coin and against jewelry, because I think, see the kind of volatility which we had seen in last, say, 1.5, 2 years. Think about silver 1 year back. I think in April it was $32 per ounce, right? Then you see silver somewhere in between. Today it is 75, 80, and in between it touched to 120. The kind of volatility you see and the kind of lending against that will lead to a lot of sort of bank in terms of margin money, in terms of mark to markets, in terms of setting up the entire infrastructure. I think that could be one of the reasons why this would have been this thing, because there was a lot of volatility in last 1.5 years. That much I can.
आपको क्या लगता है कि सिल्वर इंडस्ट्री में बैंक में सिल्वर मेटल लोन आ सकता है? Is the silver metal loan possible?
All the more reason, as I said, because of this volatility. In fact, earlier banks represented somewhere in 2023, and that time it didn't materialize. But I think it's a time now where all of the bank, as an institution, all banks and maybe the other industry bodies should represent, because the way the demand is going up in silver and the kind of volatility which is there in silver, I feel it should be there because it acts as a natural hedge, the way it has happened in gold. Today, if you see the corporates, large corporates, you talk about any large corporate, they have a very set process, they have a risk management policy, they get gold on lease basis, it acts as a natural hedge for them, and they know how in the volatile market, basically, they know that, okay, it acts as a natural hedge. Similarly, if silver as a product which comes as it is available on lease, it will also help a lot to the industry players.
Well, leasing of gold and silver is another thing which even at our level we have been trying to get permission from the various regulators, but still we don't have any clear-cut idea as to what is to be done. Coming back to the exchanges, Pooja. So, which are the new product offering you have in such a volatile market of silver?
Being a market leader, we've always tried to understand what is the need of the industry. So if you see on MCX, we had options contract which are bi-monthly. We already have silver 30 kg, 5 kg, and 1 kg contracts which are catering to all kind of stratas basically. So the options contract which devolve into futures, they were bi-monthly. We introduced monthly contracts and we saw fantastic results in it. We saw nearly our turnover jumping from 9,000 crores to nearly 52,000 crores, which was about 432% growth. And as far as smaller contracts, Silver Mini, we made the same change, monthly contracts, and we saw nearly 1,350% growth. So right from 2,600 crores, we saw 38,000 crores. Coming to the understanding the needs of the industry, we have seen that in October 2025, the crisis, the shortage which was there globally, and we have seen what has happened. So we realized the need that we should allow Indian refiners and accept India good delivery even for silver. But as we understand that BIS has standards for gold and silver, and they do not accredit silver refiners for the same as they do for gold. But we are working towards that to include Indian refiners as a part of the India good delivery as far as MCX is concerned. So these are the new products which we're thinking. We are also thinking of, with the prices hiking so much, like currently being 2,40,000, we are even thinking of retail products, a smaller product for the retail or small jewelers who can hedge their price risk, which they cannot do currently because of the spike in silver prices. So we will definitely come out with smaller products backed with delivery.
So when the silver prices rose to about 4,20,000 on exchange, and then it came back to 2,10,000 or something.
Yeah.
So what was the atmosphere in MCX?
See,
because we were all waiting whole night at that moment.
Yeah. So of course, even at MCX, we were viewing that what is the scenario, and if you see, there was a robust mechanism which we have put in place, and there were seamless deliveries which were seen on MCX. So when there were these crises and there were price hike and there was a lot of panic, but on MCX everything went very seamless.
Well, I think we must congratulate the Indian regulators and commodity exchanges for this, because we have a super mechanism. I was myself, Vasu bhai, Chirag bhai, Kothari ji, we were all talking on that night up to 1 p.m., 1 o'clock in the night. Almost 2 o'clock in the night, and we realized, and we were all worried whether these deliveries and payment would be fulfilled or not fulfilled. But as you rightly said, it all happened very smoothly. So we have really excellent robust mechanism in our country, and we must congratulate regulators.
Thank you so much.
राजेश भाई, गोल्ड में तो कोई आदमी गोल्ड खरीदता है तो वो गोल्ड कभी भी जाके वापस बेच सकता है, उसको लेबर चार्ज काट के पैसा मिल जाता है, उसमें कोई नुकसान वगैरह उसको ज़्यादा होता नहीं है, लेबर का नुकसान छोड़ के. तो एज एन ज्वेलर्स एसोसिएशन, आपको लगता नहीं कि सिल्वर में भी ऐसा मैकेनिज्म होना चाहिए, और अगर ऐसा मैकेनिज्म होना चाहिए तो सिल्वर के लिए हम क्या कर सकते
मेहता जी, बहुत ही बढ़िया सवाल है ये, और निशा मैडम सामने बैठे हैं, उनके सामने ये सवाल बहुत ज़्यादा मायना भी रखता है।
जानबूझ के ही पूछा है मैंने।
और एज अ जीजेसी और एज अ एपेक्स बॉडी होने के नाते बिल्कुल मेरा बहुत ही क्लियर व्यू है इसमें। लेकिन उसके पहले एक चीज़ बोलना जरूर चाहूँगा मैं मेहता जी, वो एक स्लोगन है, हीरा है सदा के लिए, गोल्ड है सभी के लिए, और सिल्वर है भविष्य के लिए। ये अब सबसे पहले समझना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से सिल्वर के रेट बढ़े हैं, इस वजह से सिल्वर को एक अलग महत्व मिला है। और जैसे कि आपने ट्रांसपेरेंसी, इनडायरेक्टली ट्रांसपेरेंसी की बात कही है, BIS ने ऑलरेडी इसकी शुरुआत कर दी है और इंडस्ट्री ने इसे एक्सेप्ट भी कर लिया है। क्योंकि कोई भी चीज़ अगर थर्ड पार्टी कंफर्मेशन, जैसा गोल्ड को मिला एक, क्योंकि पहले एक कॉरपोरेट या फिर ब्रांड और एक नॉर्मल ज्वेलर्स में भेदभाव हुआ करता था। एक वो सोचा जाता था कि बड़े स्टोर में ही अच्छा मिलेगा या ब्रांडेड में ही अच्छा मिलेगा। तो ये एक जो सोच बनी थी, उस सोच को BIS के वजह से आज सब हम एक पेज पे आ गए। मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ BIS का और उनके सभी अधिकारियों का, कि उन्होंने सभी ज्वेलर्स को एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे लाके खड़ा कर दिया कि जहाँ गुणवत्ता की कोई कंफ्यूजन न रहे। और नो डाउट मेहता जी, ये वर्ल्ड वाइड हो गया है एक तरह से। गोल्ड खरीदते समय जिस तरीके का विश्वास कंज्यूमर में BIS के वजह से है, सेम प्रोसीजर ऑलरेडी शुरू हो चुकी है। और मुझे लगता है जैसे ही इसके सेंटर्स ऑलरेडी बढ़ रहे हैं, और बहुत बार हमारी BIS में मीटिंग्स होती है, वहाँ जिस तरीके से उनका इसके ऊपर काम चल रहा है, उससे मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा गारंटी है कि बहुत जल्दी इसकी ट्रांसपेरेंसी भी बढ़ेगी। साथ ही साथ जो वैल्यू, जो कस्टमर जो चाहता है कि मैंने ये दिया और मैंने लिया, देखिए कस्टमर को भी एक एंगल समझना पड़ेगा इंडस्ट्री का। कोई भी चीज़ खरीदते समय में इट इज़ नॉट ओनली मेटल। आप अगर सिर्फ मेटल खरीदते हैं तो उस समय में उसका सेल और परचेस में जो डिफरेंस आता है वो अलग होता है। लेकिन आप कोई कमोडिटी लेते हुए कोई ज्वेलरी ले रहे हैं तो उसमें एक अलग होता है, क्योंकि उसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें एज अ लेबर कॉस्ट लगती है, उसमें कई चीज़ के इनेमल्स ऐड होते हैं, कई चीज़ उसमें और भी ऐसी चीज़ें होती है जो कि बहुत ज़रूरी होती है। इस वजह से सेल और परचेस में वहाँ डिफरेंस थोड़ा सा आता है। निश्चित तौर पे मैं मतलब जिस तरीके से ब्यूरो ऑफ इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड काम कर रहा है, मुझे लगता है सिल्वर इंडस्ट्री, जो कई बार ये सोची जाती थी कि ये थोड़ा सा सेक्टर बहुत ट्रांसपेरेंसी में नहीं है, बिल्कुल मतलब मुझे गारंटी है कि बहुत जल्दी वो भी 100% ट्रांसपेरेंसी पे आ जाएगी। और वैसे भी देखिए, मैं हर बार कहता हूँ कि ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री ही एकमात्र इंडस्ट्री ऐसी है जहाँ सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रांसपेरेंसी देखी जाती है, क्योंकि हर चीज़ का बिल पे आपको वजन अलग से मिलेगा लिख के, प्योरिटी लिख के मिलेगी, मेकिंग अलग लिख के मिलेगी, आपको GST अलग लिख के मिलेगा। और यहाँ तक कि जो फैमिली ज्वेलर्स मैं देखता हूँ, रिटर्न गारंटी भी उसमें देती है, वो उसका कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ा देती है। मैं बहुत ज़्यादा मतलब आश्वस्त हूँ कि ये इंडस्ट्री बहुत ज़बरदस्त तरीके से ग्रो कर रही है। और मैंने मेरी ओपनिंग स्पीच में भी जब यही कहा कि जो आज तक के कभी ऐसा नहीं हुआ कि गोल्ड जितना हमारे पास इंपोर्ट हो रहा है वो डबल हो गया हो। मैं पिछले 10 साल का अगर रिकॉर्ड देखता हूं तो 400 टन से 500, 700, 800 जाके फिर 700, 600 टन हुआ है। लेकिन सिल्वर में ऐसा नहीं हुआ है। सिल्वर में 3,500 टन से सीधा 7,000 टन पे।
तो आप सिल्वर हॉलमार्किंग के लिए तैयार हैं?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, और सभी ने होना चाहिए। बस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कमी है, उसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी हमारी बहुत इसके ऊपर मीटिंग हमारी हो चुकी है। और BIS पूरी तरह से गारंटी भी दे रहा है और BIS का वर्किंग भी चल रहा है। हमने बीच में मेरा एक चित्रा गुप्ता मैडम के साथ हमारा एक TV शो था, टॉक शो था, उसमें हॉलमार्क जो एजेंसीज है उनके साथ ही हमारी बैठक चली थी। उन्होंने स्पष्ट रूप से कहा कि जितने भी गोल्ड के हॉलमार्किंग एसएससी सेंटर्स है उन्हीं को सिल्वर का भी आप परमिशन दे दीजिए, वो पूरी उनकी मापदंड पूरा कंप्लीट कर लेते, तो एक झटके में जितना चाहे, मतलब जितना ऑलरेडी गोल्ड के लिए हॉलमार्क सेंटर्स है वो सेंटर्स एटलीस्ट उतने तो अवेलेबल हो जाएंगे। नो डाउट सिल्वर का मार्केट बहुत बड़ा है। जितने हॉलमार्क सेंटर आज भारत में गोल्ड के लिए है, मिनिमम उससे 10 गुना ज़्यादा हॉलमार्क सेंटर्स लगने वाले। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की कमी, ये मुझे लगता है कि जब हॉलमार्किंग मैंडेटरी हुआ था तब भी किसी भी ज्वेलर्स ने इसका विरोध नहीं किया था। बात केवल ये हमने पूछी थी कि हमें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर चाहिए, और आज भी शायद वही मैं मांग कर रहा हूँ। वी आर हैप्पी विथ थर्ड पार्टी कंफर्मेशन, क्योंकि हमारे मन में किसी प्रकार का मेल नहीं।
थैंक यू राजेश भाई। चिराग भाई, ETF और डिजिटल सिल्वर, उसका भविष्य क्या लगता है आपको?
दोनों का भविष्य उज्जवल दिखता है। और रीजन बहुत, मतलब इट इज़ अ वेरी लॉजिकल रीजन आई विल गिव। सो मेरे तजुर्बे से ही बता रहा हूँ। सो लास्ट मंथ जब ये सिल्वर प्राइसेस जब करेक्ट हुए हैं, आई गॉट अ कॉल फ्रॉम कपल ऑफ फैमिली ऑफिसेस आस्किंग मी, Chirag, I want to invest in silver. How can I do it? I was like, you can call my office. You'll get the physical delivery. You keep it in the vault. Either you get it delivered to your house. अभी मेरे को बोले, चिराग अगर मेरे को 1 टन चांदी खरीदना है तो मैं क्या उसको लेके मेरे घर पे थोड़ी रखूंगा, राइट? एंड ही हैज नॉट गॉट अ सेटअप वेर इन ही गोज टू अ वॉल्ट एंड इंश्योर्स के यहाँ पे मेरा ये रहेगा, बिकॉज इट इज फॉर अ इंडस्ट्री प्लेयर हु नोज दैट इट इज सेफ एट अ पर्टिकुलर सिक्योर्ड वॉल्ट. It is not for everyone. So I think ETFs will grow, keep growing for the investors
लेकिन
like who are
डिजिटल
coming from
सिल्वर
the
का भी
investors.
मार्केट है, बड़ा मार्केट.
बिल्कुल. और डिजिटल सिल्वर की अगर बात करें, सो लेट्स से अगर किसी को छोटे छोटे मात्रों में अगर कई बार खरीदना है, रेगुलरली खरीदना है, तो वो कैसे करेगा? ही कैन नॉट गो टू ETF. वो ETF उसके लिए लेना, उसको डीमेट अकाउंट ओपन करना है, X करना है, Y करना है, इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल. किसी को 20 ग्राम का चांदी का सिक्का चाहिए, ETF से नहीं मिलेगा उसको डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे मिलेगा. सो एट द सेम टाइम बोथ ऑफ द प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैज देयर ओन USPs. और इंडिया एज अ कंट्री हैज अ इमेंस डेप्थ कि दोनों को वो उसका भविष्य आगे तक उज्जवल लेके जा सकता है उसको.
If you take 1 year back and today, 55 lakhs of folios are there in silver ETF, which is 7 times which has moved in 1 year. And if you see, 55 lakhs means a lot. There are 125 countries where population is less than 55 lakhs. The kind of volume which is generating.
You all should know one thing. India never had silver ETF. So during COVID, myself and Mr. Kothari, we used to talk to SEBI to start silver ETF. And this is the result of the silver ETF. Silver ETF में I think अभी कितना 3,000 टन होगा?
ज़्यादा होगा शायद.
ज़्यादा
आपको एक और बताता हूँ. In January month, there was total inflow in equity was 23,000 crore. In precious metal, in ETF, it was 34,000 crore. So the kind of the new generation, the mindset which is changing. I was talking to 3 youngsters in my team. I said, where do you invest? They said, we invest in mutual fund. No one invests in deposits. FD कोई नहीं बनाता है. And out of mutual fund, the trends are changing now. 20-30% of their mutual fund is going into ETF.
Goes to silver.
This is a kind of trend which we are seeing.
Mohammad, one question to you. Like for gold ecosystem, there is a DMCC existing in UAE. For silver, is there any market?
Still DMCC.
DMCC. But like there is a gold souk, is there a silver souk?
It's the same. It's the same structure, same infrastructure. But it's good to talk about these things. I wanted to announce something actually. I don't know how many of you attended the Dubai Precious Metals Conference last November. We showcased the largest silver bar, you remember, which went into Guinness World Record. Now this bar will be tokenized and will be sold on one of the DMCC platforms. So that also shows, a new different products happening around the silver itself. Of people are able to tokenize it, keep it in a certificate, trade it, hedge it, pledge it, do whatever they wanted to do with it. So these type of products, I think, will show a lot of increase in the near future.
I think India needs to learn from UAE for tokenization, because we also in India wants gold and silver tokenization, but it's not happening. Neville, what do you think about digital silver market in UAE?
It exists. Of course, we are now creating additional frameworks over there. There is a huge push on the digitization side, on the tokenization side. We have a body called VARA, which is creating the framework for all virtual assets as well. So it is work in progress, but it exists, and so far I think so it's been doing pretty well.
Vikas ji, one policy changes in banking system for silver. What do you suggest?
No, I think we have already discussed, because the kind of volatility which we see in silver, I see more than the forex dollar rupee, I see more than the gold which we have seen in silver, and it's well established. I think for all the industry players, whether they see, it's for jewelry, we do leasing for jewelry only, but I think it makes sense if industry bodies represent that hedging is important as a policy, because it will give a lot of benefit to the industry. It will protect them from ups and downs, and ultimately the costing is very important. They'll be able to establish their cost and all. So I think now it's a time where bodies should represent for hedging, so that silver leasing is available. They can actually, silver should be available on lease.
How India can become the major recycler for silver?
So if we talk of recycling, I mean, honestly, we're already doing it. We're already servicing customers in Middle East, Far East, Europe for silver refining. But, having 4 good delivery refiners in the country, certainly, how much flow of gold dorés we've seen over the last, decade or so, right? Primary silver production, we're not seeing too much of that coming into India. Silver doré, because the way the rules are structured right now, where, it has to be if it's more than 95%, it can't come in. So that's one impediment for the silver refining industry in India. For doré to come in, so rules need to be tweaked. So because a primary silver producer may have silver which is 99.5% pure already, right? Government won't allow that as doré, where in effect it is. So that's one. And secondly, also silver scrap. I think there's a huge market for silver scrap refining, and I think refiners in the country are more than capable to handle that on a tolling basis. So that would mean getting the silver in and out. Whereas we're doing that in the case of spent catalyst and other industrial waste, silver scrap maybe from jewelry or from articles is not viewed the same way. So I think a level playing field should be given so that all sorts of material, as long as it's precious metal bearing, can be refined and returned out of India.
Mr. Maroo, this is for you. Sometime back, your company decided that there should be a silver park in Rajasthan. What is the status of that?
So it's basically a zinc, lead and silver park. We have identified a land in Bhilwara, and with the help of government of Rajasthan, we are helping the consumers of lead, silver and zinc to come and put their plant near to our vicinity. See, the concept of zinc park is not new. It is very common outside India, but in India it's coming up. So in the vicinity of this smelter, we are providing the entire facility with the help of government of Rajasthan. And of course, in business, it is always better if you are near to your vendor or near to your customer. So at least we are trying to solve one problem where you can come near to your vendor and avail that facility. So we have already signed multiple MOUs, and we are very hopeful that that park will be launched very soon.
Pooja, silver market always has on the exchange, long contracts always have a liquidity problem. So how are you going to handle this?
So we understand that, now our exchange is already more than 22 years, so it's matured. And what is lacking is the financial institutions, basically, foreign participants. So we are working with the regulator. We've applied to regulator for allowing foreign investors to even, participate even in non-agri deliverable contracts, which is not allowed currently. So working on it.
राजेश भाई, गोल्ड के कारीगरों के लिए तो बहुत सारा काम होता है, बहुत लोग करते हैं, वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल भी करता है, लेकिन सिल्वर के कारीगर्स के लिए क्या कर सकते हैं?
बिल्कुल, इसके लिए ऑलरेडी हम लोग GJSCI में हम लोग इसमें बात करते हैं. हमारे वहाँ पे स्किल काउंसिल के लिए जब कोई भी आर्टिजन्स को किस तरह से डेवलप करना चाहिए उसके ऊपर हमारी चर्चा ऑलरेडी होती है. और वैसे भी GJC, अगर आपने देखा होगा, लकी लक्ष्मी हम लोग ने लाया था सिल्वर को प्रमोट करने के लिए, और जिस तरीके से गोल्ड के क्लस्टर्स बनते हैं वैसे सिल्वर के क्लस्टर्स बनाने की भी शुरुआत बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है। और इसकी मैं खुद नागपुर से हूँ, तो मैंने उसकी शुरुआत कर भी दी है। मैंने जगह ले ली है पर्सनल लेवल पे। मैंने किसी गवर्नमेंट के मतलब रहा नहीं देखा कि गवर्नमेंट मुझे कोई लैंड अलॉट करे, फिर मुझे सब्सिडाइज रेट में लैंड मिले, फिर मैं प्रोजेक्ट डालूँ। हमने वहाँ पे 20 लोगों को इकट्ठा कर लिया, 20 लोगों को इकट्ठा करके हमने ज़मीन खरीद ली। ज़मीन खरीद के हम लोग ने क्लस्टर के लिए प्लान कर दिया, जिससे कि कम से कम हम वहाँ पे कुशल कारागिर कैसे तैयार कर सके GGSCI के मदद से। तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो एक बड़ा कदम होगा, और वी ऑलरेडी हैव स्टार्टेड दैट।
You know, one thing I want to clarify, because I think this thing was missed out. The lease basis, silver is available on the lease basis as per the government of India for exporters. So there is no restriction. I just want to clarify.
Only for importers.
Only for exporters of jewelry.
Importers.
Exporters of jewelry can,
Yes,
you know,
yes, that is
take
there.
silver on lease basis as per the para 4.80 of the foreign trade policy and handbook of procedure. So this is available.